Let's come to our mats. Let's come and settle down and begin to gain a sense of peace. Begin to gain a sense of warmth, clarity, and love. So, if you are just chiming in with me here today, then I want you to go grab your yoga mat, towel, grab some pillows, cushions, blocks, grab whatever you need. Take a minute or two, and we'll get started in just a little bit. So, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Camille Ricks, and I am the founder of Yogini Transit. And today we are going to do a very brief, maybe 15-20 minute guided yoga and meditation exercise in order to help you gain a sense of peace, calm, and clarity in your life. So these are turbulent times, and there is a lot going on in the world right now. And therefore, now more than ever, it is so important to have that time and have that space to connect with yourself and to connect with who you really are on the inside. So a lot of us are in isolation right now. A lot of us are feeling lonely and sad right now, but it is during times of isolation that we learn to grow. This is the time that we plant our roots, plant our seeds in order to grow that foundation that's going to transform us and that's going to transform our lives. So with that said, come join me on your mat and let's begin. So let's get settled down. I'm going to grab a couple of yoga blocks from over here and just have them by my side. And you can do the same, and if you don't have blocks, you can use books or shoe boxes, something that has height to it. So be creative, look around your house, find something that is going to give you a little extra support if you need it. So if you do have a block or pillow, I want you to grab it, and I want you to place it directly under your tailbone and have a seat. So what that's going to do is that's going to raise the hips up higher than the knees and give you some support and foundation for your spine. Perfect. And we'll start with our eyes closed, turn the palms to face down, and just tune into the breath here. Just tune into the breath, noticing the inhalation, noticing the exhalation. Just taking the breath for what it is. No need to alter or change it. Just simply acting as a witness to that breath. And I'll give you a few moments here. Nice. From here, let's bring our hands together. Let's bring our hands to heart center, keeping the eyes closed. And we'll take one Om together to begin. So taking a deep breath in, filling up the heart, filling up the lungs, filling up the chest. Exhale. Let it go. This time we'll inhale for Om, filling up everything, the belly, filling up the lungs, taking one more sip of air. Beautiful. So from here, gently open your eyes, and then as your eyes open, you can swing your arms up into the air, stretching, feeling the stretch fully from your tailbone to your fingertips. Nice. And then take that right hand, bring that right hand down to the side of you, and then this left hand's gonna swing over as you bend into that right elbow. Feeling the full stretch all the way from your left hip to your left fingertip. Nice. And let's switch sides now. This time feeling the stretch all the way from that right hip to that right fingertip, pressing into that left arm. Nice. And then let's bring our hands to our knees here. And let's bend the elbow. So we're going to do, it's basically like a seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, the chest, everything comes forward. And as you exhale, straighten the arms, arch the back, push it back. Inhaling forward. Exhale, push it back. And just go with this for a few breaths here. Really getting into the body. And maybe as you're doing it, going circular in one direction. Nice. So just moving, just letting your body do what feels good right in this moment. And then we'll come to center and we'll go in the opposite direction this time. Nice. And kind of just roll everything out. Roll the shoulders back and forth like a windmill. Nice. And then sweep the arms up, look up, and then exhale. Bring your chest towards the floor. And if you can't quite reach, use a block or a pillow and just rest your forehead right on that block or pillow. Nice. And just surrender here for a few moments. Just let go of any tension that you're carrying or holding on to. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Nice. And slowly come up. And let's move this block out of the way. We'll scoot it over. And we'll come onto our hands and knees now. So if you have sensitive knees, you might want to put a blanket or pillow under your knees in order to give yourself a little extra support. And then as you come onto your hands and knees, make sure that your shoulders are in line with the wrists, and make sure that the hips are in line with the knees. So you want to have a nice neutral flat back here. Nice. And as you inhale, press into the hands, arch the back, look up, chest forward. Exhale, looking down between the hands. Inhale forward, and then exhale round the spine. Again, inhale forward, exhale around the spine, inhale forward, and then coming into a flat back. Nice. From here, let's walk our hands forward a bit. Let's lift the knees up off the ground, and then let's press back into our first downward facing dog here. So use this time here, beginning to pedal out the feet, feeling the chest moving towards the thighs, bending your knees as much as you need to, right? It's maybe your first down dog of the day. You might be a little tight in the hamstrings. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Don't sacrifice that in order to have straight legs. It's not required. Just breathe. Nice. And bend the knees a little more. Look towards the hands. And then walk the feet towards the hands. Coming into a nice halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, sweep the arms down by your side. Nice. So we're going to do a couple of sun salutations to warm up the body, and then we'll do some final poses to go deeper into ourselves. So inhale, bring the arms up, exhale back, exhale forward, inhale halfway lift, plant the hands, step back to your plank, lower down, drop the knees down here, bend into the elbows, drop the chest and the chin, and slide forward and up, slight back bend coming into your cobra. As you exhale, push the hips back towards the heels, and we'll come into child's pose for a moment here. And then press into the hands, come back into that tabletop, and press back into your downward facing dog. Again, pedal out the legs here. And then bend the knees, look towards the hands, walk the feet towards the hands, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, arms down by your side. This time, let's inhale, bring the arms up, come into our chair pose here. Let the tailbone sink down a little lower. And then bring the hands towards the chest. You're going to take that left forearm, you're going to twist towards the right. Nice. So making sure that both of the hips are aligned here, making sure that your knees are not past each other, keeping it in a nice line here. We'll come back to center, and then we'll twist to the other side. Just taking a few breaths here. Nice. We'll come back to center, coming back into that chair pose, and then exhale to fold forward. Inhale, coming into that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank, lower down with the knees, or try going straight down for a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. From here, take that right foot, step it towards the top of the mat, and rise up to that warrior one. And while we're here in this warrior one, what I want you to do is I want you to actually bring your hands back down to your hips. And then rotate your hips so that they're like headlights and both facing forward, and then bend again to that front knee. Nice. And then feel yourself rooted down and supported into the earth, and then also feel yourself lifting up, expanding. Nice. Feel these opposing forces, feel this energy flowing through you. And then exhale, plant the hands down, step that foot back to your plank, drop down onto the knees, or go for your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and then exhale, coming and making your way back into that downward facing dog. Nice. So we'll hold here for a breath. And then we'll go right into the next side. So that left foot steps forward, rising yourself up to warrior one on that left side. Again, bring your hands down to the hips. Shift the hips just a bit if you need to. Really making sure that you have that head-light structure. And then again, raising those arms up, feeling yourself rooted down with your lower half, and then expanding with your upper half. Let the shoulders drip down. Exhale, frame the feet. Step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll hold this down dog here for a few breaths. You are welcome, if you need to come down into your child's pose. So for a few more breaths, whatever choice you are making right now is the right choice for you. And then we'll all meet in child's pose. So toes together, knees apart, and come down to rest. Come down to settle your breath, settle your mind. Just for a few moments. Nice. So from here, let's come back into that tabletop position, and then let's take that right foot, bring it out in front of us so our legs are at like a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to raise our arms up, bringing the hands down, and then shifting that leg back and lowering the hips here. Walking that right foot out. And just coming into what we call lizard pose here. So you're going to come, you can stay here up on your hands or come down onto your forearms. And just surrender here for a moment. Just let the hips sink down. Five more breaths here. Really surrender into it. And we'll come back up. Thanks. We'll plant our hands. And we'll make our way back to that tabletop. And we'll switch sides. So this time the left foot is going to come out. Rise up. Plant the hands. And then walk that foot forward, low, dropping the hips down. And again, you can stay here up on your hands like this, or come onto blocks or come directly down onto the mat, onto your forearms. And just take a few moments here to surrender, to fall into the pose, to let go of any tension or stress that you're feeling. Just working on surrendering to the feeling and not fighting it. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Yes. And then come up onto the hands. We'll move those blocks out of the way. We'll plant the hands. We'll step back to our plank. We'll lower down, dropping the knees, bending the elbows, dropping the chest and the chin. We'll come up for our cobra. And we'll exhale. And we'll come into child's pose. Just taking a few breaths here in your child's pose. Getting back to your normal breath. Getting back to your breath if you forgot to focus on your breath and if you lost it along the way. Just that natural belly expanding breath. Nice. And we'll come back up onto our hands and knees. And we'll take a seat here. And we'll finish off with just a brief 5-minute meditation. So again, if you have a block or pillow or anything to sit on, you're welcome to put it under yourself. And then come and have a seat. So letting the tailbone sink into the block or the floor, feeling yourself grounded and rooted down into the earth. Letting the shoulders sink down the back. Feeling the breath flowing through the body. Feeling the belly rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Just coming to this place of focus right now. We're going to focus on our heart center today. So bring your awareness to the heart. Just observing the heart, seeing and connecting to what it's telling you as an individual. What decision or choices are coming from your heart, coming from your gut. Just connecting with that space. You're doing such an amazing job. Let's bring our left hand to our heart, and let's bring our right hand to our belly so that we can feel this sensation, feel this connection, feel this breath flowing through us. Beautiful. And then take another deep breath in. Fill the lungs, fill the chest. Let everything fill up, let everything expand. Exhale. Let it go, let it release. Another deep breath in. Fill up the belly, the lungs, the chest. Let everything expand, let everything fill up. Exhale, let it go. This time, we'll bring our hands together to our heart center. We'll take a deep breath in for Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have found some sort of what you need out of this practice today. Some sort of calmness, some sort of peace, some sort of focus, some form of clarity, love, and fulfillment for whatever it is that you are experiencing or going through in your own life right now. So I love and appreciate you so much for being here with me today. Whether you are watching this live or whether you are watching it later on in the future, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. And again, my name is Camille and I am the founder of Yogini Transit. So thank you for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye.